Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice even now are moving in the might of your strength, not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart, and God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread, healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory. We give you peace. We give you honor. We give you blessing. We give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you. The fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty. It's yours. I decree it and I speak it. In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to today's edition of Yes You O Cubed. It's one-on-one, just me and you. And I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman. And I'm so glad that you thought it well to join me today on Thursday, y'all. Can y'all believe this week is gone? You might as well just say kiss it, and let it go, because this week is gone. Thank you for joining me on this fine day. It's Thursday, December the 16th in the year 2021. And I am so glad that all of you have thought it well to come in here and join me on this morning. Listen, I appreciate you. You make my day. You make my day. You make my day. Now, you know how we get it started in here. We get it crack-a-lacking with those that came in at the crack of night. Not the crack of dawn. They came in at the crack of midnight. And they were in here in the lion's den bringing all kinds of love, all kinds of positive energy. I just appreciate y'all. I really do. So with no further ado, let's look at who's in the VIP lounge this morning. And the second runner-up, I got to get this in front of my face so I don't call it wrong, because y'all not having the same people every day. I got to see and make sure. I'ma always give Miss Fabulous props. She made it in and got in the love seat on yesterday, but not quite today. But she still comes to Grandpa Holmes's chair and just talks to everybody. I appreciate you for that, Miss Fabulous. Thank you. Now, our second runner-up, y'all, our second runner-up that gets a coveted seat in that love seat is none other than
Shelly Thunder. You, ma'am, have got your lips, hips, and fingertips on that love seat on this morning, and I appreciate you. I absolutely positively appreciate you for getting up bright, dark, and early to get in the VIP lounge. So much love to you, sis. And so let's look at the first runner up to Grandpa Holmes' chair. BTD, not mom, otherwise known as Anita Harvey. Come on in here. You got your lips, your hips, and your fingertips in the love seat, and I appreciate you for coming bright, dark, and early on this fine day. Now, the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair on this Thursday is none other than Kim Possible. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair. Come on and take your seat, sis. Come on and take your seat, because you, ma'am, are the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair. You did that, sis. You did that. And congratulations to you, Kim Possible. I appreciate all of you guys. I really, really do. And I mean, y'all talking about 12 o'clock. All three of them, they were on it, Saints. They were not playing. I just want you to know. So thank you so much. And you are the winner on today. I also want to acknowledge, I'm going to go ahead and change up the order just a little bit on today. I want to acknowledge our winner as the subscriber of the week. And it's really not a win. It's just me taking time to say, listen, I appreciate you, and I want to acknowledge you for coming on in the Lion's Den this morning, and that's none other than Kai Chick. Yes, Kai Chick is our subscriber of the week. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And the Lion's Den appreciates all of your love that you share in here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Kai Chick. Isn't she beautiful, y'all? Isn't she just gorgeous? I tell you what, she's just all that and a bag of chips. Yes, she is. Now, I decided to go this route and save these ladies for last, because they are always faithfully in here working and laboring in the vineyard. I want you to start sending out those hearts and that mad love for our moderators in the Lion's Den. Shelly Thunder, y'all. Shelly Thunder. She's in here and she does her thing and she takes care of business, and we appreciate you, Shelly Thunder. Come through, come through, come through. She's also assisted by our number one, the Rebel Inc. That's my girl. That's the faithful. That's my day one. That's the make it happen. And also, last but certainly not least, Michelle Browno. And she is my quiet storm, because she changes the atmosphere just by her presence. I want to give it up. I want to give it up. I want to give it up. See, he said, I can't hear you. Y'all make some noise. Put them hearts up there. Put those hearts out there. Mod love all day long to three of the best mods on YouTube. Well, I got Facebook, I got YouTube, and Twitch. Y'all, listen, in the Lion's Den, I appreciate every last one of you for handling our business and covering me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you so much, ladies. Now, let's get this party crack-a-lacking and go ahead, and you know how we do it. Get your coffee cups out, get your coffee cups out, get your coffee cups out. Because listen, I want to appreciate everybody that's in here, and I know that you know that I love you, I love you, I love you. So let's get this party crack-a-lacking. BTD, Mom, I see those coffee cups. Fairly All Day, who's a moderator extraordinaire for our, y'all know I talk about Dr. Dady Priest every day, but she is a moderator for Dr. Dady Priest. I want y'all to give her some love as well. Mods all in the house, I see you, and I know you be lurking and working and lurking, but thank you so much. FCP812, I see you, and I see your coffee cups. Cassandra Isaiah, I see you in the Lion's Den this morning. Come through. I see you, Tall Pumps, and you pump tall. I appreciate you. You're in here, sis, in the Lion's Den. Lynette Dickerson, come through, sis. It's good to see you this morning. Mad love to you, girl. Mad love to you. Angel Eyes 2005, I see you, and thank you for being here. SK8843, I see you. The Rebel Inc., I see you. Come through, everybody. These beautiful people. Truck Driver 57, that's my Mufasa, y'all. That's my Mufasa. I see you, sir. Come on in the Lion's Den and make yourself comfortable. I appreciate you for being in the room. Monica L. Smith. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, we're here located in the Midwest, and we had high winds and all kind of crazy weather on yesterday. So many folk out here in our city are without utilities. I just happen to be blessed to be one that my utilities never went out. My electricity I didn't get as much as even a blink. But other folks are waiting for the power to come back on. I want to say thank you, because a lot of people, I got texts, I got all kinds of checks from loved ones that were just checking on Spiritual Thought Leader to see if I was okay, and I am. But I thank you for thinking of me and for checking. I want to say Kim Possible 711, I see you and you're in the room. Anything's possible when Kim Possible is in the room. Oh, thank heaven for 711. And I appreciate her, because you're going to be seeing more of her as we move out and launch into our endeavors in the coming weeks and next year. I just appreciate her lending herself and her services and what she brings to the table to the Lion's Den. So listen, baby, the wigs and the weave, they were like tumbleweed yesterday, Rebel. It was like tumbleweed. Now, I understand it for yesterday, though, Rebel, but you know, there are times I'm just driving down the street and I just see pieces of weave laid out in the street. Now, help me to understand that. It's not high winds. It's not boisterous air. It's nothing. And I just see pieces of weave just laying out in the middle of the street, in the parking lots, in the drive-thrus. Somebody explain it to me, Lucy. Explain it to me. Why are all these wigs and weaves just laying all over the city and the countryside and the highways and the byways? Somebody tell me. It's unbelievable. Okay, I didn't say that. Anyway, let's get this party crack-a-lacking and let's get this party started, because listen, I'm ready to do some talking on today. I want to just chat with you here in the Lion's Den. I know, Rebel, you got photos. Listen, anybody that knows Rebel, don't let her see some weave that's gone astray. She will pull out her camera wherever it is. She will pull out. You can be in the church house. Good morning, Shelly Thunder. Come on in, sis. So much mad love coming to you. She can be in the church house. She can be at the courthouse. She can be in nobody's house. And if your weave is laying unbecoming to holiness, she will take a picture. Nancy Jackson, top of the morning to you, sis. I see you out there. Come on in and get your coffee cup ready. Now, as we get to going today, we keep talking about it's happening. And that's even a little bit of what we talked about on yesterday, is it not? Even though we looked at some different angles of things, we looked at the insurrection and the committee that's looking at January the 6th, and they're really checking this thing out and saying, okay. We got all kinds of details and information, as my nephew would say in Cali. We got the deets. So we got the deets, and they're coming out, and we shared about so many of, and isn't it interesting? I don't think I mentioned this on yesterday, but isn't it interesting that all of these individuals had the chief of staff of the White House? How did they get his direct telephone number? Did any of y'all stop to think about that? It's not like it's in a published directory someplace. You want to get in touch with the chief of staff. You get a standard stat telephone number. These folks, man, they had his personal phone and text him directly. Now, isn't that suspicious? How does that happen? Explain it, Lucy. Explain it. How does that happen? How did all of these people that were texting him saying, please, please, please tell 45 to call this off. It's out of control. It's gone too far. How did they have his personal, private cell phone number to text him directly? Inquiring minds want to know. I don't know about you, but listen, inquiring minds want to know. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. How did they have that man's personal telephone number? So Stacy Blessed One, she is a streamer and she's in the room. Good morning, sis. Come on in here. It is so good to see you in the Lion's Den. Y'all follow her. If you're not following Stacy Blessed One, please go out there and follow her. And as I say every day, thank you, Tall Pumps. Thank you so much for liking and sharing the stream. I appreciate you for it. I'm looking and I'm saying the church's motherboard has popcorn balls, candy, chips, and drinks for Nancy. Ooh, you back in rare form, sis. You know what? You had you know that song back in the day that you used to lead, I've been down to the fountain and my soul got another dip. Now I know that was many years ago. I know that was many years ago that you sang that at the Freeman Avenue Church of God and led that song beautifully, I might add. But I'm just trying to figure out, you know, you sang it back then. You sang it, can you sing it now? I've been down to the fountain and my soul got another dip. Cause I listen, already this morning, your soul needs another dip. You done started already this morning. Let me see what time it is, y'all. It is only 7:24 in the AM Central Standard Time. And you already ain't got no act right. But that's okay. Take it from spiritual thought leader. And this is just a suggestion. I ain't saying you ain't right. I'm not saying you ain't right. I'm not saying that. Monica, is this some... Listen, I'm just trying to understand it. I think your soul needs another dip. You singing the song. You still singing it. Well, listen, go on down to the fountain and we gonna move on. But yeah, Nancy, how did all these people have this man's direct telephone number to his personal private cell phone number? Laura Ingraham, Sean Hannity, and that's interesting in and of itself. And now Donald Trump Jr., I can understand that because he's working for his daddy. But Ingram, Sean Hannity, you got a personal direct telephone number to the chief. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. Y'all make it make sense, because something sounds rotten in Denmark. But I'm saying all this to say, at the end of the day, really, if we look at this, I would have to say, in spite of all of their efforts and in spite of all of their attempts to overthrow democracy, now we're reading all of they just gave us breadcrumbs and they gave us evidence to deal with all of this insanity, so we can stop this foolishness that, you know, Trump, he had no idea. But again, as we piece all of this together, it's looking more and more every day what we already knew. But the evidence, we got the evidence of tweeting in tongues. We got the evidence of DMing. We got the evidence, and the evidence is getting ready to tell on somebody. But it's happening. That's what I want to really push and encourage you to understand. We say we're the in crowd, not the in crowd, because it's happening. So that we talked on yesterday. We also looked at all of the people that are being released and all of the people that are being put in the pipeline of the Innocence Project, which so many times, more times than not, is our young black men who are no longer young, because many of them have served years upon years of their lives and they were innocent from day one. But thanks be to God, they're finally being released. People are taking their cases up and they're really having a good conversation. So at the end of the day, I am so happy for the fact that it's happening. Well, that's what we talked about on yesterday. And as I look this morning, as I was lying in in bed, I said, you know what? It's happening. We are in the season of redemption, and not just redemption, but we're also in the season of reckoning. We're in the season of redemption and reckoning. And this is a good place to be, you guys. This is an awesome place to be. So yes, and if you haven't heard it, if you didn't know it yet, finally, this brother really didn't try to fight the power. He just went on and said what we already knew. And I want to share this with you on today, because why? It's happening. So as I look back over these last years, all the way from George Floyd to now, and we see all the things that have happened to bring us here, why we're here at this place in this time. If you didn't hear it yet, I want you to hear it now, because it's happening. Derek Chauvin just went ahead and pled guilty on yesterday in federal court to violating George Floyd's rights. Now, we already knew it, but the man went ahead and pled guilty. Yes. It's happening. It's happening. It's a day of redemption and a day of reckoning. And I want y'all to see it for what it is. It's happening. He went ahead and pled guilty in federal court to violating George Floyd's rights. Now, we understand, listen, we're not confused, we're not deluded. We understand that while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, he chose to take this path on yesterday because this does not allow him to go through a jury hearing. And I think he saw the handwriting on the wall from that first trial that we had, and they found him evermore guilty. Now, this is what I am also identifying as we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. George Floyd's family has now come out and started talking yesterday, today, this morning, and things are happening, truck driver. That's what I'm trying to say. Things are happening because of the rotation of the world. It has slowed down for the cry of the people. You better prophesy in this chat, truck driver 57, and you better speak the truth. So I'm looking and I'm saying, now, this is what is manifesting, and so finally, police are being held accountable for what we know has long been the case in law enforcement, where they have seen black and brown bodies as nothing more than animals to be hunted, and we watched that man lynch George Floyd. The whole world watched that man lynch George Floyd with his knee on the neck, which has been utilized by police officers many years. And so you saw him there comfortably, just watching the life go out of our dear brother. But this is the thing, the accountability that is now starting to come up, the Innocence Project, and the ability to say these black brothers, these black sisters, and even those that may not have been people of color, these folks have been set up. These people have been unjustly found guilty of crimes that they did not commit. There's reasoning, there's evidence, there's DNA, there's all kinds of stuff that's coming back that's saying these individuals were innocent and they were railroaded through a system that really is playing into the industrial complex of our jurisdictional system of law. So I'm happy because it's happening, and this is what George Floyd's family was saying, and I get it. Yes, we are excited that he went ahead and pled guilty to violating our brother, our family member, our loved one's civil rights. We're glad he went ahead and said, I'm guilty, and saved us a whole lot of time. But as George Floyd's brother said, he could have done this from jump. He could have and should have done this from the beginning. And so, as he said, we've gone through months upon months of anguish, of being heartsick, of being heartbroken. And his last words that I saw on the soundbite, and it may have just been for the purpose of that soundbite, we still don't have justice because justice would only mean bringing George Floyd back to life, and you can't do that. And that, beloved, is a reality that we have to do and we have to deal with. While it's happening, let's not get drunk with excitement to the reality that this family is still never going to have that loved one in their presence in this life ever again. So it is bittersweet. It is a thing that... Good morning, Joel Johnson Cranitos. I'm doing good, my brother. I've been following you on Instagram. So good to see. This is my brother from across the pond. I'm glad to see you, Joel. Welcome to the Lion's Den this morning. Oh, that's okay. Listen, I'm not that streamer that when folks are not in there, I think there's any love loss. I understand life happens and it's all kinds of stuff that go on. But anytime you take the time to come in here, I appreciate you, my brother, as I do everybody in the stream. So, it's happening, y'all. It's happening. I wanted to deal with that this morning because I feel like one of the biggest places that we need this to happen is with law enforcement, to bring us to a place of justice, to bring us to a place of where we can feel like, I've been thinking and I've been thinking and I've been thinking, and I want to, I'm revamping my Discord and I'm revamping some other online presence that I have on the internet. And one of the things that I want everybody to feel is that everybody is welcome. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. That was the thing in my quiet time and devotion on yesterday. It was a matter. Love everybody. Spiritual thought leader, love everybody. Don't put any qualifications on it any way, shape, or form whatsoever. Love everybody. That's what I put you here for. Everybody else can go the way of the world and the way that they want to go. But thank you, Armani Gma, and good morning to you, and welcome to the Lion's Den. My mission and my call and my motive: love everybody. Deconstruct the walls between the sacred and the secular so I can begin to see folks that have balance. I can begin to see people that have freedom. I can see people that are successful, because that's what we are about. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, Joel. Welcome to the family and welcome to the Lion's Den. We love you already. We just gonna love you a little more. I don't know if we can say a little more. We gonna love you, but I appreciate you for the sub. So at the end of the day, I see you, Nancy. Chauvin knows the walls are falling down around him and his kind. Been watching the Kim Potter trial in Minneapolis, and it's a trip. The state attorneys for the state are the same ones that tried Chauvin. I hear you, Nancy. And at the end of the day, it's happening. It's happening, and I don't take any of it lightly. So at the end of the day, I want us to understand. At the end of the day, I want you to understand that the end of all of this is a process. The end of all this madness is a process. So the process, y'all, is really going to take time, and it is going to be a process over time. So let's not lose our patience. Let's keep the pressure. We got to keep the pressure going, y'all. We got to keep the pressure going. And we got to keep applying the pressure for change. We got to continue to be the change. We've got to continue to in our activism to demand the change, but just know that it's going to take time. So when you talk about Potter's hearing, and even as I said, we don't know from one time to the next what should be a slam dunk. We don't know how that outcome is going to be, because at the end of the day, you just never know how it's going to go. It should be a slam dunk, but many slam dunks have still missed the basket and missed the goal. So So I'm looking at Potter as well. Again, part of, like I said, this week and coming into the holidays, I've opted to stay a little lighter, but these are things that I wanted to share because I want us to be acclimated and excited. I want the exuberance of knowing it's happening, and these stories are pointing to the fact that it's happening. But I still want to talk about the reality and the truthfulness of it. I think Chauvin, by going ahead and pleading guilty and knowing he didn't want to come before a jury, he understands at this point, he understands at this juncture in the road that even with the people, and I think that's the thing with Potter, you don't know what the people are going to do. You don't know how the people are going to respond. You don't know if the people are going to come and save your skin. At this point, Chauvin is like, I already see the handwriting on the wall. They ain't about saving none of my skin, so I just need to go ahead and give it on up and say I know I'm guilty. So I wish she would do the same, and it's almost like George Floyd's brother said, he could have done this a long time ago. He could, if he really, really meant it, he could have done this a long time ago and saved us not only a lot of pain, but could have saved the people tax dollars and all that good stuff. So, I'm just bringing that to light. But at the same time, I really want to address the fact that with the policing issue. Now, did y'all see this? One of the countries is boycotting. Y'all help me because I read this several days ago. But they're boycotting the United States because of our policing issue. And so I thought that was the best thing. I thought it was just the most if anybody saw that story and know the country that I'm talking about, put it in the chat because my brain is failing me. I may have it out there in Slumbered, Slept, or Slobbered, but I'm not sure. When other countries are looking at the United States and they're saying to the United States, now while y'all been running around here trying to tell everybody else we're gonna do this and that and the other for human rights violations, how about we turn that thing around? Yes, that's the thing that Phoenix Leor does in a reboot. Let's turn that thing around and let us put some sanctions in. Let us do some boycotting on you because you have obviously got a policing and a racial issue going on in your country that you still have not addressed fully. When I read that article, I can't remember who it was. If anybody read it too, please put it in the chat. I read that article and I cracked because Armani Gma, I said, and this was I believe it was a third world country. I'm pretty sure it was. This was a third world country that basically called the United States on the carpet and took them to task and said, look at here, while you out here doing all this running around and all this big talk, y'all got this problem that you have not addressed, and we gonna boycott, and I loved it. I can't lie. I got absolutely positively tickled when I read it. And so as we look at other countries that are very clear and very aware of the violations that we continue to uphold in this country against black and brown bodies, I brought these stories to the table this morning because number one, it's what happened while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. But number two, it's pointing to the fact that it's happening. I don't ever want you to lose sight of that in these days that lie ahead. We don't know what's going to happen in the days that lie ahead. But one thing I do know, it's happening and change is going to come. I feel like singing a little change is going to come. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is going to come. And so with that, additionally, now this story I actually was going to talk about yesterday, but we got sidelined just a little bit, but that's okay. I don't have any problem with that. I also want to look at this story and give it the credence that it needs because I'm really excited about this one as well. Now, I'm sure you all have heard, I'm sure you all have seen it. So had I got it yesterday morning, it may have been news to some of you, but for many of you, this is not going to be news at all. Look at Chief Sewell. Look at her. She is the first black woman and the third black person to lead the New York City police force. Now come through. Good morning, King Coogee. That's my streamer and that's my friend. He will give you life. If you're not following King Coogee, please follow him. So listen, beloved, that you guys, I am so excited that they have finally understood the assignment, that there are capable, able black women that can hold and commandeer and command these posts and do it well. So I'm just looking and I'm expecting all kinds of great things from this sister. And let me tell you, I saw her speech, I saw her talk, and she said this: I plan to be about diversity up in this piece. Now that's my version of it, but that's what she said, y'all. I plan to be about diversity up in this piece. So she has an agenda to address bringing women to another level of advancement. She has a plan and a vision. I love that, because without a vision, the people perish. And she just basically said right off the bat, we plan to bring something different to the table. And that's why, y'all, I'm telling you, it's happening. So when we look at, hopefully, the change in policing that's about to come about in one of the biggest, as a matter of fact, not one of the biggest police department in the United States of America, I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is all indicating that it's happening. I also want to come here, and some of my brothers might get a little uncomfortable with it, but at the end of the day, I just got to say and call a spade a spade. This is also going to be, I said, redemption and reckoning. This is going to be a season and a time of redemption and reckoning for black women, because black women for far too long have been the absolute bottom of the pile, at the bottom of the barrel, at the bottom of the ladder, whatever you want to put in there. But this is the season of redemption and reckoning, and you gonna hear us roar. It's coming, y'all. It's coming. It's coming. You might as well get ready for it, folks. You might as well get ready. It's happening. So this is all speaking to New York City has done good here, Joel. I would agree with you. And we see, even in the light and in the shadows, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later, but in the light and the shadows of what this country has created and been for centuries now, we see that the change and the transition, it's here. And so even in this, Joel, with New York City making this step, it's like, no. The goals, the ideas, the end game here of getting everybody to justice, getting everybody to equality, getting everybody to a place that's equitable, including our finances, including money. We're in it. It's happening. I know, one step in a long process, and that's what I was even saying before you came in. This is going to be a process. It's not going to be a one and done. And oh my goodness, we're there. It took us a long time to get here. It's going to take a long time to undo it. Now, I do believe it ain't going to take no 400, 500 years and all of that madness. But I'm just saying it's not a one-step process. And oh my God, we've arrived. I think, in my opinion, that's some of the misconception that people had in their minds when President Obama was elected president of the United States. It's like, oh, we've arrived. We got a black man as president. baby, that's just one step. That's one small step for man, but it was a big step for mankind, as they said when they landed on the moon. It's like we're landing on the moon. It's like we're landing on a foreign planet, on a foreign place. My God, a place where black people have equity, a place where black people have equality at all levels, including their finance, a place where black people have inclusion and other minorities and other marginalized individuals. The marginalized are counted as the worthy citizens that they are. It's almost like landing on a foreign planet. It's like landing on the moon, because it just hasn't been. We haven't seen it in this wise. So all skin folk ain't kin folk. I got you on that, Tall Pumps. I got you. I absolutely do understand exactly what you're saying, and I'm not deluded on that point either. Actions speak louder than words, and I think we kind of talked about that on yesterday, and you'll continue to hear that echoed from my mouth, that I gotta see you. I gotta see what you about to do, and show me what you're working with. Shake it. Oh, okay. I felt another spirit coming on me. Monica's in here, so I think I might have had the spirit of twerk. Now, Wyandotte County has a new black mayor, and you are absolutely correct, Nancy. A black judge, a black district attorney, and a black police chief. And so we've seen in a territory that has been notoriously noted for really wrongdoing against our black community, especially in the area of policing and especially in the judicial system. That is a complete and total turnaround for Wyandotte County. So at the end of the day, come through Fairly All Day. I'm gonna give that some applause, because it's worthy of some. It is worthy of some. And so we saw Jay-Z come with his organization, Nancy, and basically cry foul against what's been happening out there in Wyandotte County. Now, I think that's a powerful thing. That's where I'm from. I hail from the KCK side. So, I'm in Kansas City, Missouri at this point in stage of life, but I came from the KCK side. That's where I was reared in rural Wyandotte County, and happened to be some of those areas that got annexed early on into Kansas City, Kansas. So at the end of the day, I feel some kind of way that Jay-Z and his organization, that's what catches their attention about KCK, the notorious Roger Golubsky that's been running rampant, allegedly. Let me say allegedly, because they haven't picked up his lips, tips, or finger hips. But it's been a widespread and widely known knowledge that this man, he just basically, for all practical purposes, for the allegations that are lodged against him, ran a police mafia, and it was most detrimental against black folk. So having seen all of that come to fruition, and that's the history. That historically, that's what they're known for. I will share, when I was there, my position was manager for domestic relations and dispute resolutions. However, many times I would be called in when they would have racial issues that would come in with the human relations department, and so that time to work with the FBI. Thank you for liking the stream, Nancy. That opportunity to work with the FBI, the police department, and the Department of Justice was always a rich part of me being able to share and participate in the community process. And I can't tell you how many times every year we had to go to certain neighborhoods, because every year, it never failed, we were going to get at Halloween time, there was going to be folk hanging from the tree. I mean, it was just insanity. And every year we knew those hot spots that we were going to have to go back to. And I'm talking about, we ain't talking about back in the civil rights. You heard me say this is during my time and tenure when I was there. And so it's like, when I realize that is starting to be deconstructed, all of that, come through, Cassandra. It's time to act up, act out, and act around. Make it happen. Absolutely. We've got to, and I'm so glad you said that. I'm going to throw the word in that I'm going to talk about a little later. Disruption. We've got to be a disruption to the status quo that's racist, to the status quo that is anti-women, to the status quo that is against any of our marginalized groups. We've got to act up, act out, and act around to make this thing happen. And thank you for saying that, Cassandra. I could not agree with you more. And it's happening. Bishop Ronald B. Andrews is in the room, y'all. That's my brother from another mother. That's Mr. Integrity. And I'm so glad you're here, my brother. Mad love to you as always. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Get your coffee cup out. So at the end of the day, oh yeah, Joel, it's been, and there are several, and I personally know one of the young men that was released from the Innocence Project and was exonerated, where this individual set him up and sent him to jail for a murder he did not commit. And at the core of that was that police officer demanding sex from black women, and when they didn't give it up, he would do these dastardly deeds. So, you know, it's as well as other things. So it's just good. And I know I said during the holiday time, we're going to stay light, and I still want to stay light, but I also want to shed light that it's happening. I want us to be really, really clear that it's happening. I want you to find comfort and solace in the idea and the realities that it's happening. Don't lose hope. Don't give up faith, because it's happening. And so again, Sister Sewell, as head of the largest police department in the country, I hope she'll take the bull by the horns and really manifest and activate difference in policing. Come up with some new ideas, come up with some new training methods, come up with some new chain of command and processes, and how you're going to handle what in this situation, in that situation, because so much of that needs to change, y'all, and it needs to be handled, and it needs to be handled from the top. So I'm hoping that her presence at the top will bring a lot of this much needed change that needs to happen. Along with that, she can only do so much, because there's going to have to be some changing of the laws. There's going to have to be some changing of some statutes. So this is a perfect opportunity for everybody to come together and start showing that we want something different. We're going to do something different. And again, it's going to have to really require and demand. There's so much legislation that needs to be changed, Joel. So much legislation that needs to be changed. So, you know, yes, a new black mayor also. So you see places where black people and people of color are starting to come forth and take possession of these offices, and again, and I'm still very sensitive to what Tall Pump said. Just because of skin color, just because of somebody's skin color, that doesn't mean they're going to come in and affect the change that we really need to see. I hope that they're not going to be mamby-pamby. I hope that they're going to take advantage of these opportunities and really, really do something with them, because times, they are a-changing. Yes, fairly all day. And I know that's your field. It starts with changes in the legislation. Even when we met on the other month with I and other clergy met with the Jackson County prosecutor. This woman is sharp. She's powerful. She has it within her heart, I believe, from everything that I've seen her do and the words that I hear coming out of her mouth. She has it in her heart to make changes. And even as she said, for one of the cases, Kenneth Strickland, is his name Kenneth? I'm trying to remember his first name. Brother Strickland, he had a case that the governor wouldn't pardon him. I mean, the AG was just adamantly opposed to any kind of movement on his behalf to releasing him. And he was known with evidence and with testimonies that he was innocent, had been sitting in jail, I want to say over 40 years. And with the evidence, with the Jackson County prosecutor and everybody else saying this man is obviously wrongfully convicted, they would not release that man. But yes, Jean Peters Baker, she's awesome. As she said when she met with myself and the other clergy in a closed meeting, she literally had to write legislation because prior to that, there was nothing on the books that she could even utilize to be able to bring him out of jail. She had to literally write a process and write legislation for him to go through the process of being released from jail. So we understand a whole lot of legislation needs to change, and that's why we got to pay attention to legislators. We got to pay attention to who we're putting in these offices at every level. We've got to pay attention to all of that. And so I began to ask her about some other questions, and she looked at me and you know, kind of blushed, and she said, we're working on that because there's so many other areas that we need to change the law. The law needs to be changed. So otherwise we cannot complete the process of even getting these people exonerated and released and get their feet back on the track in a society where society has wrongfully convicted them of something, and then they still have to come out. Once you make legislation to get him out, you still got to come out and try to piece your broken life back together. And we created that. Beauty for you. Good morning. She is a streamer, y'all. She is out here in these Twitch streets and on Instagram. If you're not following her, please follow her. Please follow Beauty for You. She will bless your whole life. Mental health is what she does, and she's qualified to do it. Mental health, she's doing this on the internet. You can get it for free. She will bless your whole life. I appreciate you for what you're doing. Thank you for coming in the stream this morning. Welcome to the Lions Den. That's why you want to be elected as an MP and do the right thing in Parliament. Come through, Joel Johnson. We need good folks in government. We need good folks holding these offices and these positions. If that's your lane, man, oh my goodness, if I could just come across the pond and vote for you. I appreciate you. Godspeed to you, Joel. And you do your thing over there in Australia. Do your thing over there in Australia, sir. God's blessings be on you. And I'm glad that you feel the call, because it is a call. It's not just a matter of saying, oh, I want to do this. I thank you for feeling the call to support and undergird where you can and help make a difference from the inside. I appreciate you, man. Yes, Joel, mental health is so important. And even I think like one of the things that we're seeing so much is that even in our legislators, thank you for hosting the stream, even in our legislators in the legislature, mental health is lacking. Mental health is lacking. So, you know, I'm like, hey, when your legislators are not playing with the full deck, what do you think's gonna happen? Good morning, Mel Holiday. Come on in the room, sis, and it's good to see you. It is so good to see you in the Lions Den. Get your coffee cup out. The Honorable Joel Johnson, MP, come through. That's got a good ring to it. The Honorable Joel Johnson, MP, come through. I love it. I love it. I love it, Joel. I love it. I love it. It's got a ring to it. It's you, man. It's you. Go forth and do your thing. Hold up the light, free the world from darkness. Come on, that's what I'm talking. You about to make me start singing a little bit of the song. Hold up. Okay. Roar. That's what we want you to do, Joel. We want you to roar. Mike City. Mike City is in the house, y'all. That's my brother. That's my guy. If you're not following Mike City, you need to follow this brother because he's a whole vibe. I love you, man. And come on in the Lion's Den. So thank you, 440 Shorty. Good morning to you and welcome to the Lion's Den. I've been working on it, Mike City. I've been working on it. I've been working. Okay. Anyway, I got songs all in my shondo this morning. I had to let me stay focused. Mel Holiday, I see your wine cups out. I see you sipping and lipping. Come through, girl. I love you. Welcome. Now, as we look at those stories, I'm trying to get down in your shondo that change is happening. And I want to, now this story right here, I'm really interested. This story right here, I'm really interested to see how it's going to continue to formulate and process as we come through time. I see some things. I don't know. I didn't put that in there, but I see some things in there. I wanted to talk. I thought I put it in there. I don't see it. I want y'all. Well, I'll hold off because I want you to get the visuals of it. As we're talking about things that are changing, somebody has developed and designed. You had. You had your sip 3 times, Cassandra. Come through. I love it. Okay, Joel, I see what you put in there for me. I'll have to take a look at that and we'll bring it in at another time. I had something. Okay. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and nix that because I can't find it right now. I thought I had it sitting there, but I don't see it. As we talk about the change that's going on and we look at how whether it's in the process of new people being put in positions that we've never seen them before, positions of power, and we hope that they're going to use it effectively and efficiently while they're in there. This is one thing that I'm looking at, and I said this and I shared this myself. I want us to look at where we're going, and every last one of us. Joel Johnson is running and is putting his hat in the ring and his bid in there to become one of the representatives where he lives in government. That's beautiful. This is what I want us to kind of talk about on today. And no, I'm not going to bring in a lot of other stories because at the end of the day, there's a lot of negativity out there, and I'm still trying to shelter us in the Lion's Den just a tad from getting all caught up in a bunch of negativity. And while there's a lot of negativity going on, Crazy Berrytown, good morning. This is a streamer. This is my sister. This is my supplier of elderberry syrup. Listen, if you're not following Crazy Berrytown, you need to follow her. And if you're not getting your elderberry from her, you're doing yourself an injustice. Please, if you're doing elderberry, hook up with Crazy Berrytown. She will bless your whole life. Good morning to you, sis, and come on in the room. Now, this is something, and this is in my heart of hearts. I feel like we're in the time and the season right now where we need to listen. Joel, if you love elderberry, you need to connect with Crazy Berrytown. She has both dry, a mixture that she's put together, as well as a syrup that will bless your whole life. Just try a little bit and get that syrup, man, it will bless you, and you can make all kinds of teas and everything else. It'll bless your life. Now, Michelle Browno, good morning to you, sis. Good morning to you. She has it in tea bags too, Joel. Good morning, and it's good to see you, Quiet Storm. Come on in the room. Now, I want you all to think about yesterday, today, Sunday, we started talking about the realities of, listen, if you, I'm gonna go here because I wanna go back to something that Kim Possible put in the stream. Something that Kim Possible put in the stream. So let me come back live so I can pull up before I go there. You know what? We've been talking about boss energy, and so Kim Possible put something in the stream. I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. Let me see if I can go back and see where she posted it at. I think it's in pics. And you all, if you're in my Discord, you want to investigate these channels because there's some good stuff out here. The Rebel Inc. has the Investing Club channel, just hopping and popping. Good stuff in there. It will bless your whole life. I promise you. Yes, here it is. This is something that Kim Possible put in the it's in pics. There's good stuff out here, y'all. Good stuff. So thank you, Kim Possible. Now, we've been talking. I know it's the wee hours of the morning there. Thank you for stopping by. It's always good to just see you in the Lion's Den, Joel. And listen, our prayers and our blessings are with you, even in your bid for office. May you just go in there and listen, walk in that room like God sent you there. You know, that's what I'm going to say to you as you go out the room, Joel. Take this little tidbit with you because this is where we're getting ready to shift gears. Walk in that room like God sent you there, because listen, if that's your assignment and that's where God wants you, I want you to walk in there with all kinds of energy. Good night to you, brother, or good morning to you, because I know it's wee hours of the morning there. So listen, Kim Possible put this in, and I appreciate the contributors that are coming in and contributing information. I know it's going to be a long road, but you got this, brother. You got this, Joel. You got this. So listen, I want you to pay attention. Pay attention. If you understand your assignment, and if you are right in your alignment, come on here, say assignment and alignment. If you understand your assignment and you understand and you've gotten into alignment, I want you to move in boss energy. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? If you understand your assignment and you have come into alignment with it, I want you to start moving in your boss energy. And let me come up here and see what you said, Cassandra. Ain't no den like this den, because we are relentless. Come through, roar righteously, and don't stop, won't stop. We keep happening all over the world, even in Australia. Come through, Cassandra, come through. So this Miss Sexy E, come on in the room. Good morning to you. Now, this is a place that I am right now because I'm hyped up and I'm excited about everybody moving into your place of destiny. It's not for some, it's for everyone. I want you to move into your places of destiny. So this is where I want you to really understand. I have a divine assignment, and I'm not getting ready to preach. I'm just talking spiritually here. My life is a divine assignment. My existence, boss it up, out and about, happen. Girl, you better talk, Cassandra. That's what I'm talking about. Boss it up, out and about, happen up here in this world. Now, this is what I want us to understand. I want us to be clear. Let it be vivid in your understanding, in your dreams, in your bringing your dreams to pass. Let it be understood. You have a divine assignment and a divine appointment with your destiny. When you understand the assignment and you are coming into alignment, this is the way I want you to have your boss energy. Walk into that room like God sent you there. Am I talking to anybody? Wherever your space and wherever your place is, walk into that room like God sent you. And you know why I want you to do it like that? Because he did. God sent you there for that. That's your space. That's your place. That's what you have, Tall Pumps. That's what you have, Miss Sexy E. That's what you have, Rebel, Cassandra, and everybody else in here in my chat. It is you. You are the vibe. I love it when Dr. Dady Priest says that in Engagement Matters. And again, if you're not following her, please follow my sister. You are the vibe. So if you come to a place of understanding, I am the vibe, and I'm not even going to go through its smaller thinking, smaller mindedness that I have. You know, if you're not understanding what I'm saying and you're clutching pearls because you're like, oh my God, spiritual thought leaders out here teaching these people to be all about themselves and ego and listen, I do want you to be about yourself. Stop being somebody else and be about yourself. What God deposited in you from the foundation of the world is the recipe. It's the excellency and the recipe that God gave you to manifest so that you could be the change agent in your place where you belong in your trajectory, and let that flow out to the world. Stop trying to be somebody else's creation. Y'all know what happened when Dr. Frankenstein. Listen, stop trying to be somebody else's creation. God made you to be you. And you are the masterpiece. So as I understand my assignment and as I come into the alignment with that, it gives me boss energy to understand when I walk into this room, when I walk into this space, when I walk into this area, when I walk into my entrepreneurship, when I walk into my governmental position and appointment after I win the election. Walk in there like God sent you, because God did. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? God said, for such a time as this. Am I talking to anybody? I want you to walk in there like you own it, like God sent you. That's why going back, and I'm not going to re-preach the sermon, but go back to the 2 o'clock from this past Sunday, Boss Energy. That was the sermon title, Boss Energy. Every place that the soles of your feet tread, I've given it to you. And understand, for Abraham to put some ham on his Abram, for Abraham to be the father of many nations, he had to get a mentality that went beyond just being a good father to the father of many nations. So what are you saying, spiritual thought leader? You got to pull up the stakes of the tent in your mind and see yourself there. You got to see yourself in many nations. You got to see yourself in many places. You got to see yourself in many venues. You got to see yourself with many people, because this is the time that where the soles of your feet touch, I've given you that. Am I talking to anybody? Thank you for following Black Check Rose. Thank you, Blikovic. I'm not sure. Rose, I'm going to call you Rose. Thank you for following. Answer your call like the boss you ordained, empowered, and must be, Cassandra. Answer your call. And what's the call? Be you. Be everything that God created you to be. Don't leave here without, somebody said, this is my prayer, that when I meet God, I can say, God, I used every ounce of everything you put inside of me. I used it. Every ounce of what you put inside of me. That's my prayer as I leave this earth. Let me be able to say, I used all of it. Every ounce of it. Every every iota of it. That's what I want you to get in your shondo. I need you to dig deep down within yourself and understand. Show them who you are. I want you to get deep down in there. And then, as Cassandra said, answer that call like you're ordained, like the boss, because you're ordained and empowered, and it must be come through. Am I talking to anybody? So I looked and I saw that and I said, listen, Kim Possible is getting it. Kim Possible is getting it. She understands the assignment. You better walk into that room like God sent you there. Am I talking to anybody? Because that is who you are. And I want you to come out of these places of intimidation and fear and reluctance. Some of you guys just, you just won't get in there. You just always pulling back. No, I need you to walk. You better. I like the better in that sentence. You better walk into that room like God sent you there. So as we look, yes, Tall Pumps, a whole vibe. Be yourself. Everybody else is already taken. We talking boss energy up in the lion's den. I want to release in your thought, in your power, in your mind. I want you to release boss energy. I don't care where you go. I don't care who you interact with. And some of you are going to interact with, you're going to be like, I watched President Biden is on the ground in Kentucky, and I believe it was the mayor that was presenting him to speak, and he was crying, almost you could see visibly shaking. But what he said, I never dreamed I would ever be in a position to introduce the president of the United States. Listen, I'm telling you, some of you guys are going to meet people, and it's not. This is where I want you to really start. I want you to really start manifesting the boss energy. And I know nerves come. I understand that, but I need you to shift your energy. If you have boss energy and you know I'm the one that is large and in charge in this room, and again, I'm not talking about arrogance. I'm not talking about being conceited. I'm not talking, listen, that kind of stuff is employee energy trying to be and pose and as an imposter of boss energy. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about knowing that this is who I am. This is what I bring to the table. This is what I'm designed for and called for. I need you, as it said, you better walk in there like God sent you with boss energy. So when you encounter the president, when you encounter the other heads of state, when you encounter a millionaire and a billionaire, when you encounter all of these other people of renown that people, when you encounter them, I want you to encounter them with boss energy, because God put you there for a season and for a reason. God put you there. Come through. I saw that. Embrace your inner dopeness, be beauty for you. Embrace your inner dopeness. Get that boss energy working. Show them who you are. You don't know who all you're going to stand before and encounter. And listen, I'm going to tell you what. Was it this time last week? I told y'all I had to leave and I had to go early because I had a meeting. Oh, no. Anyway, at the end of the day, I ended up in an encounter. Myself and maybe 4 other clergymen and clergywomen. There was one other woman there that was a clergy, the rest of them men. I ended up with the gentleman that would like to be and plans to run for police chief here in our city. And so it's a preview of a coming attraction. But before you do, I just want to talk with you in a very closed and intimate setting. Okay. And I was like, wow. Okay. And I'm looking around the room and while there was fleeting thought of why me in my thought when I realized what this meeting was about. It quickly flipped the script to why not me, and I know why me. Y'all ain't hear me. I'm talking about boss energy. It quickly flipped the script from why me to why not me, and I know why me. Am I talking to anybody? And so as I sat and as I engaged and as we chatted together and as I was cool with that. Then as we got ready to leave, the leader of this calling together said, Regina, I need you to come and lay hands on him and pray. And again, I'm like, what? But at the same time, my feet are steadily moving towards my assignment. Am I talking to anybody? My feet are steadily moving towards my assignment. And so as the prayer began to go and as the tears started dropping from his eyes, and as at the conclusion of the matter, here's my personal cell phone number. Call me anytime and please hold me accountable and let's stay connected. And more conversation. This isn't about trying to flaunt. I'm talking about boss energy. And so as I begin to leave the room, then I was tapped on the shoulder and confronted by somebody that plans to run for governor, who said to me, I'm going to be in touch. I need you. It's not about prestige. It's about this is the season and this is the time where it's happening. He said, we need to talk and I really want to have a good in-depth conversation with you. We need to talk through some things and I need to hear your voice. When you start to move in boss energy, am I talking to anybody? Titles don't fascinate me. Positions don't fascinate me. Listen, all of that is not. I understand the assignment. When you begin to move in your place and your calling, it will start coming to you and seeking you out in a magnetism. Am I talking to anybody? Come through fairly all day. This is your word for real, for real. This is your word. Boss energy. And when you walk in that room, I don't care who's in there. God has not given us a spirit of intimidation. God has not given us a spirit of fear. We have power. We have love. We have a sound mind, because every place the soles of my feet tread, God has given it to me. Am I talking to anybody? God, I'm not talking about man. God has given it to me. And I go in there with boss energy. Let's have conversation. Let's have dialogue. Let's communicate about what's coming. Let's communicate about where you want to go. Let's communicate about what needs to happen. Let's communicate. Let's communicate. Let's communicate. I'm trying to get you to understand that boss energy will put you at the table. Is anybody hearing me? Boss energy will put you at the table. And at the end of the day, when we get to the table, we got something deposited within us. That's where I want you to get this idea and this understanding. I've got to walk into the room. I better walk into the room like God sent me there, because he did. And you too, this is not isolated. I'm trying to get this, and I'm waking up the lions, because this is how we're going to change the world. Am I talking to anybody? This is how it's not a me. Y'all know how we do at the end of the day, us, you, me, we all. It's not just a me. It's us, you, me, we all. This is how we change the world. Am I talking to anybody? Don't just watch it happen, Cassandra. Make it happen. And if you have a seat at the table, your boss energy is already evident to the folk that invited you. You better come through, Kim Possible. If you have a seat at the table, your boss energy is already evident to the folks that invited you. Don't get in there and start doing mamby-pamby. Baby, you come in there, and I'm not saying come in with some kind of off the wall, I'm running this joint kind of insanity again of an employee energy trying to act like they got boss energy. Boss energy knows I do not have to assert myself, and my energy speaks for itself. Am I talking to anybody? It's all in how you do or do not carry yourself. Woo. You know, and I'm gonna say this, and I've talked about this with other folk, but I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. You know how you can be sitting facing the front and you can sense somebody staring at you from behind without turning around to look, but you can sense it. And I'm trying to use this as an example, and I hope you can get the takeaway that I'm coming. How are you able? Kai Chick, come through. It's good to see you, sis. Come on in the room. It's good to see you. Walk this way, boss energy. You know how you can sense somebody looking at you from across the room or behind your back, and because you're picking up their energy. Am I talking to anybody? It's energy forces intermingling. It's energy forces interacting. That has nothing to do with your eyes seeing it. It has nothing to do with your ears hearing it. It has nothing to do with any of that. Thank you for hosting the stream, Kim Possible. It's the fact that in that moment, your energy is picking up somebody else's energy in your energy space. Oh, y'all hearing me? This ain't no makeup stuff. I'm trying to tell you, and I'm trying to show you the realities to what I'm saying, and the fact that you are energy. And in certain areas, you already understand how to identify that energy. I just need you to be able to identify that energy all the way across the board. But the same way, somebody can be across the room behind your back, and you know that they're looking at you, and you ain't never turned around to look. But when you do, their eyes are on you. Am I talking to anybody? Thank you for the gifted sub, Kai Chick and Miss Sexy. Welcome to the Lion's Den. So at the end of the day, understand the power of your energy. I had a friend that said, listen, there were times when my grandfather was in ministry as well. And he was a powerful, powerful man. Now, even in that, he came from that old school legalism, so he could sometimes be a very harsh and gruff kind of person when dealing with people. Everything was black and white, bam, bam, bam. And praise God for growing from there. But I loved him, and I really, at the end of the day, it's his mantle that I walk in. It's my father's mantle that I walk in, and they passed it to me. But I got so tickled because my friend, who knew just absolutely nothing about anything, said, and she pulled me to the side and she said, Regina, I don't know what it is, but every time your grandfather walks in the room, the hairs on my arms stand up straight. And she said, and I don't even have to see him. It's like when the door opens and it's him, the hairs on my arms just stand up. Baby, that's energy. Is anybody hearing me in here? She said, and it never fails. And I'm scared. I don't know what to do. And that's a whole nother conversation. But that's energy. That's energy. And you all have experience with it from day to day, but we are so inundated and distracted by all of these other things. Most of us don't know how to pay attention to it until we just get that, oh my God, somebody's staring at me from behind or across the room, and we finally break down and look, and bam, there it is. Even in saying that, I want you to understand, if you start shutting out some of these other distractions, if you start shutting out some of this other craziness that's going on in your world, if you start DJ the Force, come in the room, my brother. So much love to you. He is absolutely a streamer. If you're not following him, please follow DJ the Force. He's all of that. He is the vibe. I want you to understand, you so many times are, okay, let me come here, because I have several people that this happens with repeatedly. And I'll pick up the phone and dial digits. And they'll be like, how did you know? I was just thinking about you, and I was just getting ready to pick up the phone and call you. Da is going on. I'm talking about two totally different locations. Could be two totally different locations as far as state or even country, but it's just something about energy. I need y'all to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth this morning. I know a lot of times, the Lord did. Listen, God is a spirit, and a spirit is energy. That's a whole nother topic. We're not gonna go there. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to get you to understand the power of your energy and understand how to interact with it so that you can be on top of who you are. Show them who you are. Am I talking to anybody? So I'm glad, and thank you so much for sharing that with us in the Lion's Den. Y'all go on out there. STL Metaverse is my Discord. STL Metaverse is my Discord. Go out there and get it, because I'm telling you, there's some good stuff. Thank you for hosting the stream, Kai Chick. I appreciate you. So then that brought me to, this is what, when I was lying this morning and I went here in my thoughts. And so that was a good segue to what I really, it all marries together. It all marries together. Come through. Michelle, you always remember Proverbs 22:29. Remind me I am worthy. See a person skilled in his work. He will stand in the presence of kings. He will not stand in the presence of the unknown. Come through, Michelle, because I promise you, prophetess and woman of God, God is about to take you to great places before great people, and his hand is on you. I need you to go with the boldness. I need you to go with the assurance. I need you to go without the intimidation. I need you to go with a full understanding. This boss energy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and since the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. And the boss energy that I bring to the table, the boss that I bring to the room, the boss that I bring to the meeting, the boss that I bring before the people, that boss energy, I walk into the room like God sent me here because he did. Yes, I'm doing it because he did. God sent me here. Is anybody hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth? God sent me here. And this is the boss energy that I'm going to walk in. Every place the soles of my feet tread, God is giving it to me. Woo! Am I talking to anybody? My God. LaWanda Baskerville, I see you in the room. Wanda Visions with miracle signs and wonders. Come on in the room, but we talking to, yes, Tall Pumps, talking to Michelle Brownell, the presence of boss energy. That's why I said, listen, I call her my quiet storm, because she changes the atmosphere just by being in the room, just by being in the presence, just by being there. That's boss energy. Am I talking to anybody? If I never say a word, my boss energy is present and accounted for. I hope y'all hear me today. Woo! I feel something in here. I feel something in here. Because the time to wake the lions, Stacy Blessed One, the time to wake the lions, Armani G-Mal, the time to wake the lions, SK8843, it's your time. It's your time. Just like we saw, it was time for Derek Chauvin to plead guilty. It was time for my sister to be placed as the president, as the chief of the police department. It's time. Oh, it's time, y'all. It's time. Woo! That boss energy will let you know when someone is lurking in your stream. You better talk, DJ The Force. It's time. Am I talking to anybody? Come through, come through, come through. So listen, this is where fairly all day, don't let me get into prophetic, because I just, so many things that I see for you, sis. It's your time. It's your season. It's your, rise up and take your place. Yes, rise up and take your place. But for a season and a time, somebody said, look, do you know I'm here? Do you know what's going on? And even as the word says, see, I've carved you in the palm of my hand, said the Lord. God has had you carved in the palm of his hand fairly all day from the beginning. God has had you carved. Can I forget you? No, ma'am. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man. Oh, whatever he said, he's going to perform it, and everything he'll make it good. It's your time. Woo, it's your time. My God, it's your time, Stacy, blessed one. It's your time. Woo, I feel something in here, y'all. I feel it. Woo, truck driver, you might need to pull over. It's your time, truck driver. It's your time. My God. Woo. Let me listen. I feel I'm gonna try to. I feel something stirring and bubbling and boiling down on the inside. Listen, lions, wake up, because it's your time. But you got to go in there with boss energy. You got to go in there. That's my Mufasa. You got to go in there with boss energy. Come through, Kai Chick. You come on and apply for another position. I need you to know it's your time. It's your time. It's your time. It's your time. It is your time. Oh, my lions, my lions, my lions, we are relentless. Oh, yes, we are. This pride, Pride, this pride of lions is relentless. And you're going to hear us roar. Woo! Am I talking to anybody? So listen, oh no, DJ The Force, you don't have to kick the door down. You don't have to kick the door down. Baby, the door will just open up before you. They'll open the door for you. Thank you for hosting the stream, Blade is Truth. Come on in the Lion's Den, and good afternoon, good morning to you. You done already pulled over about 3 times already. Okay, truck driver, you got to get it there. You got to get that load there. So, Shelly Thunder, thank you for hosting the stream. I hope you all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Boss energy. Yes. And like I said, if you're not, thank you, LaWanda Baskerville. Thank you for hosting the stream. If you're not completely clear on what I'm talking about, go back to Sunday, 2:00 on demand, when I preached on boss energy, because I can't retell the whole entire sermon, but I need you to understand boss energy. Show them who you are. So this is what, when I woke this morning, y'all, when I rose this morning, I didn't have no doubt. Shine your light on them. And this is how we're going to close out today. Shine your light on them and share your love. And at the end of the day, it's always about love. At the end of the day, it's always about love, because God is love. Love is God. It's not that God loves. God is love. God is love. And if you show me something that love's not in it, that ain't God. I don't care how you try to put the title. I don't care how you try to attach God to it. If you show me something that is void of love, God's not in it. And so as we shine our light on them, am I talking to anybody? And share the love. And sharing yourself when you are the created being that God made you to be. Sharing yourself is love. Now that's a word somebody needs to hear. When you share yourself, this is the blessing that each of you bring to me in this stream. You come in this stream and you share yourself. You share, for those that are in my chat, you share your thoughts, you share your ideas, you share your intentionalities, you share who you are with me. And when you do that, you're giving me love. When you do that, you're giving everybody in here. Designers Original, good morning to you, sis. Come on in the Lion's Den. It's good to have you in here. When you share yourself and you give that boss energy to others, beloved, that is love. Am I talking to anybody? Come on, Kim Possible. Shine your light on them and show the love. Now, I don't know if you all can see, and I am going to send this out. But this is, I looked at it, and I want you to be clear. I want you to be clear. I want you to be clear. Light cannot have a shadow. I'm going to say it again. Light, I see you, SK. Come through with that boss energy. Cannot have a shadow. Light is a stream of particles called photons, which are small packs of energy, otherwise known as quanta. And energy cannot cast a shadow. Now just let that sink in. Just marinate on that for a minute. Light cannot have a shadow. Light is a stream of particles called photons, which are small packets of energy, quanta. And energy cannot cast a shadow. Come through, Michelle. Light cannot have a shadow. I'm talking boss energy up in here today. I'm talking boss energy up in here today. I'm talking boss energy up in here today. Light also behaves as a wave, which is a disturbance in a medium. The disturbed medium may cast a shadow, but not the disturbance. Now, that being interpreted, y'all know we were talking on yesterday, and somebody said an old dusty dog will always I believe it was Kim Possible. An old dusty dog will always yelp. It'll always holler when you step on it, when you wake it up, when you show the darkness that's in it. Can I put it like that? That dog gonna holler. That quantum energy, come on, come through with that beauty for you. That's your line name. Come on, quantum. So when we understand that, show them who you are. You are quanta. You are light. And this is what I want you to understand. Now, light also behaves as a wave, which is a disturbance in a medium. The disturbed medium may cast a shadow, but disturbance itself, the light itself, will not cast a shadow. So this is what I want you to get. I want you to flow out of here in pure boss energy, understanding that you are quanta. Crazy Berry Town. Is that what your mama said? The sun shines on the dog's arse every now and then. You got me. Listen, I love those old-timey sayings. I love it. So this is what I want us to understand. I want us to understand I am that pure boss energy. I am that quanta. I am that light. And there's no darkness at all. And this is what I want you to understand. I want you to be pure light. Don't get confused between pure and perfection. Nobody's perfect. But pure and perfection, two different things. You can be pure evil. You can be pure evil. That's surely not perfection, but it's pure. You can be pure a whole lot of stuff. I'm not talking about perfection. I'm talking about this is who I am. This is what I am. This is me personified. I am light. I am quanta. Come on here. I love you, dog Lex. Come on in the room, sis. Come through, come through, come through. I am that disruption, and I am that disturbance to the medium. I am that disturbance to darkness. Am I talking about anybody? I am that disturbance to racism. I am that disturbance to hatred. I am that disturbance to white supremacy. I am that disturbance to patriarchy. I am that disturbance. I understand it. I get it. I am quanta. Show them who you are. That's who I am. That's what I am. Manifest, 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 manifest. Am I talking to anybody this morning? Light cannot have a shadow. Just marinate on that. Light cannot have a shadow. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. That city that's been set on a hill and cannot be hidden. And see, some of y'all just keep trying to hide. You keep trying to hide yourself. You keep trying to hide yourself. You keep trying to be in the background. You keep, You are the light of the world. You are. You are the light of the world. Light removes darkness every time, DJ the Force. That's that medium. The medium can cast a shadow, but the light can't cast a shadow. There is no shadow in light. So yeah, that dog's gonna holler when you shine your light on them. It just might holler. That darkness may try to push back with some other comeback. But light will always dispel darkness. It's not even a battle. When light shows up, darkness has to diminish. Am I talking to anybody? Am I talking to anybody? This is who we are in the lion's den. This is who we are, y'all. Quantum. And energy never dies. Energy never dissipates. Am I talking to anybody? Ooh. Light has no shadow, Cassandra. Come out of the shadows and shine, shine, shine. And that's the thing. You said it in your way, sis. Too many of y'all trying to hide in the shadows. And then you know what? You can't do it because when you get in the shadows, you show up anyway. They see you anyway. They spot you anyway. You manifest anyway because you just can't help it. You're quantum. You're light. That boss energy just is. Embrace it. Beauty for You says embrace your inner dopeness. Embrace it. It is you. It's who you are. Embrace it. Am I talking to anybody? Come through, beauty for you. Embrace it, sis. Embrace it, beauty for you. And get ready to go all the places that God has for you. Get ready to meet all the people God has for you. Get ready to enlarge your territory and pull up the stakes of your tent, because it's what's designed. It's what's divine. It's what is destined for you. Boss energy. Boss energy. Shine your light on them. Quantum. Shine your light on them. Girl, you already spoke it. Shine your light on them. It was already speaking through you. Shine. 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 Woo. Quanta. So we're going to get ready to get out of here, and we're going to go someplace else. But I want you to just meditate on this as we go. Embrace it, Michelle. Embrace it. I'm glad. Hey, you ready? Listen. Listen. Don't make me act up in here. Don't make me act. You ready? It's time. It's your time. It's time. It's time. Thank you, Rebel. Because listen, you are the light. Moving that boss energy. And listen, all of y'all been trying to hang back in the shadows. Wrong place. Wrong space. For this time. For this time. There's a shift. And it's essential that you move in it. Shine your light on them. I'm going to just read it one more time. Share your love. Light cannot have a shadow. Light is a stream of particles called photons, which are small packets of energy, quanta. And energy cannot cast a shadow. Light also behaves as a wave, which is a disturbance or a disruption in a medium. The disturbed medium may cast a shadow, but the disturbance will not. And so for some of us that we sometimes, small packets of force DJ come through fairly all day. For those of us that some of you are like, man, why me? Why when I walk up in this space does it seem like a disturbance breaks out? Because you're quantum. And I'm not talking about folk out here that just messy, just starting mess. And now if that's you and you pigpen off of Charlie Brown, I'm not talking to you. But that ain't what we got up here in the Lion's Den. But for some of you, you're like, why do I just come up in this space and all of a sudden there's a disturbance? Because light disturbs a medium. Light disturbs a medium. That small packet of force known as quanta disturbs that medium, disrupts that medium. But don't allow that to start pulling back and cowering down. And some of you, it's really been a question in your mind. Why? I mean, I just walked in the room. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. Sometimes it's not even matter walking in the room. Your name is on a list. Your name is printed somewhere. And all of a sudden, disruption, disturbance, all of this breaks loose because you are quanta. Because you are that small packet of energy. Don't let that make you tuck your tail and run the other direction. Understand it for what it is. Your light is manifest in that space. Understand it for what it is. Don't tuck your tail and run another direction. I want you to understand that the medium has understood. Light just walked up in here. Quanta just walked up in here. This person just disrupted. This person just disturbed our status quo, our state of being, our lack of knowing, our darkness, our ignorance. This just walked in and showed us up for what we are. thus the disturbance, thus the disruption, because that's what light does in the medium of darkness. Am I talking to anybody? I gotta get out of here. I appreciate you so much. Come on and manifest. I see it. Manifest, 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 manifest. Come on, please believe it. Please believe it. Come through. Come through. Take this word and run with it, y'all. That was the word that I got this morning. And that's the word that I wanted to share with you. We're not the in crowd. We're the ing crowd, because it's happening. It's happening. And how's it going to happen? Through you. Shine your light on them. Y'all ready? Well, I feel for my brother and I feel for my sister. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. This has been another edition of Yes You OQ. It's just one-on-one, just me and you. I am your spiritual thought leader, and I'm so glad you thought it well to join me up in here on this fine day. Listen, you are the light. You are quantum. You are that small packet of energy that disrupts the medium of darkness. I need you to shine your light on them. I need you to give them that love. Will you do that today? Now, I want you to get out of here and follow me, because I'm out there, y'all. You can follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon, Twitter, Twitch, Anchor, Discord, and more. Come in tomorrow, because Crazy Berry Town and Kim Possible are going to be joining me in the stream on tomorrow. I want you to be here. I want you to be blessed by what they're bringing to the table, because we're getting ready to jump off in a whole new direction that I promise you, it's already a blessing in the lion's den, and it's going to be even more of a blessing as we come forth. I love it when people come together. I love it, love it, love it. This cohort is coming together to bring something to the lion's den. If you miss the morning 7 to 8 hour, okay, but don't you miss 8 o'clock on, because my sisters are going to be in here and we're bringing it, y'all. They are cocked and loaded, and it's powerful. So please follow us and get in Discord, because our lunch and learns that we're getting ready to launch, those lunch and learns will be held in Discord, and I want you there. Now, you know our mantra, I am all powerful in love. Listen, God hasn't given us intimidation. He hasn't given us fear. He's given us power and love and a sound mind. And I can do all things through the love that strengthens me, because love is the only power, y'all. Y'all can talk all this other stuff, but love is the greatest power. So with that, I want you to be the change. And as we always say to you, you're not alone. It's us, you, me, we all. And we're moving towards that Million Lion March. Are you with me? We're moving towards that Million Lion March, because we're going to do this. And I love you. Now listen, I want you to, y'all, I hit the wrong button. I want y'all to come on and follow me in this raid train. Copy the raid message, if you will. We're going to go be a blessing in somebody else's channel and just love on them and give them something from the lion's den and roar a little bit and let them know that you're in there. That being said, I want to thank everybody for your support. 440 Shorty, thank you for those biddies. Y'all know the mod love is all day and always. The Rebel Inc., Shelly Thunder, and Michelle Browno, they are all that in a bag of chips. Those prophetesses do not play. The Black Rose, thank you for following today and welcome to the family. Joel Johnson Cranitos, that's my brother from Australia. He was in the house. Blessings upon blessings on him. DJ Stacy Bless One, Tall Pumps, Armani G-Mob, Beauty for You, Kim Possible, 7-Eleven, Kai Chick, Blade is Truth, The Rebel Inc., Shelly Thunder, Fairly All Day, LaWanda Baskerville, BTD Mom, Dog Lex, 440 Shorty. Thank y'all for hosting the stream, and I love y'all up in here. Now, you know how I always say, copy that raid message, follow us on over, and I wish you nothing but peace for your journey. God bless you.